Welcome, intrepid explorers and lovers of the macabre, to another spine-tingling episode of Whispers in the Dark. If you're new here, welcome to your new favorite haunt, pun absolutely intended. For those who've been with us on this journey into the unknown, you already know we don't shy away from the eerie, the unexplained, and the downright terrifying. Today, we embark on a chilling expedition through one of the most hauntingly beautiful states in the U.S., Oregon. Known for its lush forests, rugged coastlines, and towering mountains, Oregon is a land where nature's beauty often masks a darker, more sinister side. Beneath its serene surface lies a tapestry of ghostly legends, cursed sites, and spectral encounters that have left even the bravest souls questioning what lies beyond the veil. In this 10th installment of our series, we'll delve deep into Oregon's haunted history, peeling back the layers of folklore and fact to uncover some of the state's most infamous paranormal hotspots. From abandoned asylums where the echoes of despair still linger to lighthouses perched on desolate cliffs, each location carries its own unique story and its own brand of terror. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, prepare to have your curiosity piqued and your courage tested as we step into the shadows of Oregon's haunted past. So grab your flashlight, keep your wits about you, and join us as we venture into the unknown. Let the whispers begin. The haunting legacy of Portland, a city steeped in spirits. Portland, Oregon, a city known for its vibrant arts scene, quirky coffee shops, and eco-conscious lifestyle, is also home to a shadowy underbelly steeped in supernatural lore. Beneath its progressive facade lies a history riddled with tragedy, violence, and restless spirits that refuse to fade into oblivion. As the largest city in Oregon, Portland serves as both a cultural hub and a magnet for paranormal activity, drawing curious thrill-seekers and seasoned investigators alike. Its haunted reputation is woven into the fabric of its streets, buildings, and neighborhoods, making it an ideal starting point for our exploration of Oregon's most haunted places. Point 1: cannot discuss Portland's haunted history without delving into its storied connection to the occult and metaphysical practices. Long before modern-day witchcraft became trendy, Portland was a haven for those seeking alternative spiritual paths. This fascination with the mystical has left an indelible mark on the city, giving rise to countless urban legends and ghost stories. Among them is the tale of the Shanghai Tunnels, a labyrinthine network of underground passageways rumored to be haunted by the spirits of kidnapped sailors and desperate souls who met their demise beneath the city's bustling streets. These tunnels, originally used for illicit activities such as smuggling and human trafficking during the 19th century, now stand as silent witnesses to a dark chapter in Portland's maritime history. Visitors brave enough to descend into their depths report hearing disembodied voices, feeling icy drafts, and encountering shadowy figures that vanish into thin air. Equally infamous is the Pittock Mansion, a grand estate nestled atop a hill overlooking the city. Built in 1914 by Henry Pittock, a prominent newspaper publisher and philanthropist, the mansion exudes elegance and opulence. Yet, behind its stately walls lies a history marred by heartbreak and loss. After the deaths of Henry and his wife Georgiana, the mansion changed hands multiple times before falling into disrepair. During its years of neglect, rumors spread of strange occurrences within its rooms, flickering lights, inexplicable footsteps, and apparitions glimpsed out of the corner of one's eye. Paranormal enthusiasts believe these phenomena are tied to the Pittocks themselves, whose spirits may still roam the halls they once called home. Others claim the mansion harbors the energy of previous occupants, including caretakers and staff whose lives were forever altered by their association with the property. Another cornerstone of Portland's haunted legacy is the Benson Hotel, a luxury establishment that has welcomed guests since 1912. While its polished interiors and impeccable service might suggest refinement, the hotel's past tells a different story. Over the decades, staff and visitors have reported encounters with a spectral woman clad in Victorian-era attire, believed to be the ghost of a former guest who tragically ended her life there. Others speak of hearing faint piano music emanating from empty ballrooms late at night, or seeing shadowy figures darting across hallways. Some attribute these hauntings to the hotel's original owner, Simon Benson, whose eccentric personality and rumored ties to secret societies add another layer of intrigue to the building's mysterious aura. What sets Portland apart from other haunted cities is how seamlessly its supernatural elements blend with everyday life. Ghost tours are a staple of the city's tourism industry, offering participants a chance to explore its darker side while learning about its rich history. Historic landmarks like the White Eagle Saloon and McMenamin's Edgefield, notorious for their haunted reputations, are frequented by locals and tourists alike, serving as reminders that the boundary between the living and the dead is thinner than we might think. Even casual walks through Portland's iconic parks reveal subtle signs of otherworldly presence, whispers carried on the wind, cold spots in otherwise warm settings, or fleeting glimpses of figures standing just out of reach. For those willing to listen, Portland speaks volumes about the weight of history and the persistence of memory. Its haunted legacy serves as both a cautionary tale and a call to reflection, urging us to confront the darker chapters of our shared past. As we continue our journey through Oregon's most haunted places, remember that Portland is not merely a backdrop for ghost stories. It is a living, breathing testament to the enduring power of the unseen. And if you dare to visit, tread lightly. You never know who or what might be watching. The Shanghai Tunnels. Beneath the streets lies a forgotten nightmare. Beneath the cobblestone streets of Portland's old town lies a hidden world shrouded in darkness, a labyrinth of underground tunnels that have earned a chilling reputation as one of Oregon's most haunted sites. Known as the Shanghai Tunnels, these subterranean passages were originally constructed in the mid-19th century to facilitate the movement of goods between businesses and docks along the Willamette River. However, their purpose soon took a sinister turn, transforming them into conduits for human trafficking and exploitation. Today, the tunnels stand as grim reminders of Portland's shadowy past, where the cries of victims echo through time and the air itself seems heavy with sorrow. The term, Shanghaiing, refers to the practice of kidnapping sailors or unsuspecting individuals and forcing them into maritime labor, often under brutal conditions. During the height of Portland's port activity in the late 1800s and early 1900s, the city became a notorious hub for this illegal trade. Unscrupulous bar owners and gangsters would lure men into saloons, drug them, and then drag their unconscious bodies through trapdoors leading directly into the tunnels below. From there, the victims were transported to waiting ships, never to be seen again. Women and children were not spared either. Many were sold into prostitution or indentured servitude, their fates sealed in the damp, claustrophobic confines of the tunnels. While the practice of Shanghaiing declined over time, the tunnels remained, their walls absorbing the anguish of those who suffered within them. Modern-day visitors describe stepping into the tunnels as entering a realm suspended between life and death. The oppressive atmosphere hits immediately. The air grows colder, heavier, almost suffocating. Faint whispers drift through the darkness, unintelligible yet undeniably human. Some claim to hear muffled screams or the sound of chains rattling, as though the ghosts of captives are reliving their final moments of freedom. Others report seeing shadowy figures darting through the dimly lit corridors, only to vanish when approached. Among the most harrowing accounts is that of a tour guide who led groups through the tunnels for years. On one particularly quiet evening, she found herself alone, finishing up after a day of tours. As she locked the entrance gate, she heard a loud thud coming from deeper inside. Investigating, she discovered a pile of dirt disturbed near a collapsed section of the tunnel wall. Kneeling to inspect it, she felt an icy hand grip her wrist. When she turned, no one was there, but imprints of fingers were clearly visible in the dust on her skin. Shaken but determined, she returned the next day with colleagues, only to find the same patch of dirt undisturbed, as if mocking her experience. Paranormal investigators have long been drawn to the Shanghai Tunnels, eager to capture evidence of the supernatural activity reported there. Thermal cameras and audio recording devices, teams have documented chilling anomalies that defy logical explanation. One group recorded a dramatic drop in temperature near a section of the tunnel historically associated with kidnappings, accompanied by erratic fluctuations in electromagnetic fields. Another team captured EVP recordings of voices pleading for help, their tones laced with desperation. Perhaps most unsettling was the discovery of handprints pressed into the mud walls, their size and shape consistent with those of small children, an eerie testament to the families torn apart by the horrors below. What makes the Shanghai Tunnels uniquely terrifying is their ability to evoke primal fears. The narrow, winding passageways amplify feelings of claustrophobia, while the knowledge of what transpired within them fuels psychological unease. Shadows seem to stretch unnaturally, sounds distort unpredictably, and the very walls appear to close in, as if the earth itself conspires to keep intruders trapped. Visitors often leave shaken, their minds replaying moments when they swore they saw something move just beyond the edge of their flashlight beam, or felt an unseen presence brushing against them in the suffocating blackness. Yet, amid the terror lies a poignant reminder of resilience and justice sought too late. The tunnels may be haunted, but they also symbolize the courage of those who dared to resist oppression. Every footprint preserved in the dust, every whisper carried on the breeze, serves as a tribute to the countless lives shaped, or ended, by these hidden corridors. To explore Portland's Shanghai Tunnels is to confront not only the supernatural, but also the enduring scars of history. And as you emerge back into the light, blinking against the brightness, you may find yourself haunted less by fear and more by reverence, for the stories etched into the darkness, and the spirits who refuse to be silenced. The Pittock Mansion, elegance meets the eerie. Perched high above the city of Portland, the Pittock Mansion stands as a monument to wealth, ambition, and the passage of time. Completed in 1914 for Henry Pittock, a pioneering newspaper magnate and civic leader, the mansion is a stunning example of French Renaissance architecture, boasting panoramic views of the surrounding landscape and meticulous craftsmanship throughout its 16,000 square feet. Yet, for all its grandeur, the mansion harbors secrets that transcend its gilded surfaces, secrets whispered by the spirits of those who once called it home. Henry Pittock and his wife, Georgiana, were pillars of Portland society, known for their contributions to the city's development and their unwavering commitment to philanthropy. Their sprawling estate, designed to reflect their success and sophistication, quickly became a symbol of prosperity. However, tragedy struck barely 5 years after its completion when Georgiana passed away in 1918, followed shortly by Henry in 1919. The couple's deaths marked the beginning of a slow decline for the mansion, which changed hands multiple times before falling into disrepair. It was during these years of neglect that tales of the supernatural began to emerge, painting a picture of a house haunted not only by memories but by something far more elusive. Visitors to the Pittock Mansion today often describe an atmosphere that is both enchanting and unsettling. Staff members recount numerous instances of unexplained phenomena, ranging from flickering lights and slamming doors to sightings of ghostly figures roaming the halls. One of the most frequently reported apparitions is that of a woman in Victorian-era attire, believed to be Georgiana Pittock herself. She has been spotted gazing wistfully out of windows overlooking the gardens, her translucent form illuminated by the soft glow of moonlight. Others claim to have seen her descending the grand staircase, her movements graceful yet eerily silent. Some interpret her presence as a lingering attachment to the home she cherished, while others see it as a sign of unfinished business tethering her spirit to the earthly plane. Beyond Georgiana's spectral visits, the mansion is said to harbor other entities whose identities remain shrouded in mystery. Employees conducting evening tours have reported hearing faint piano music drifting from empty ballrooms, despite the absence of any instruments or performers. In one chilling account, a security guard patrolling the premises late at night encountered a man dressed in formal wear standing in the library, poring over books. When addressed, the figure vanished, leaving behind only the faint scent of pipe tobacco, a detail eerily reminiscent of Henry Pittock's well-documented habits. Such encounters lend credence to the belief that the mansion operates as a liminal space, where the boundaries between the living and the dead blur dangerously. Paranormal investigators have long been fascinated by the Pittock Mansion, drawn to its reputation as a nexus of residual hauntings. Using advanced tools such as infrared cameras and digital recorders, researchers have captured compelling evidence of supernatural activity within its walls. Audio recordings revealed disembodied voices speaking in languages consistent with those spoken by European immigrants employed by the Pittocks, while thermal imaging footage shows fleeting heat signatures appearing and disappearing without explanation. Skeptics argue that such findings could be attributed to environmental factors or equipment malfunctions, but believers see them as proof that the mansion's former inhabitants remain tethered to the land they once loved, What sets the Pittock Mansion apart from other haunted locations is its accessibility. Unlike private residences or restricted historical sites, this landmark welcomes visitors with open arms, inviting them to marvel at its architectural splendor while keeping one eye peeled for signs of the otherworldly. For locals and tourists alike, it offers a rare opportunity to engage with Oregon's haunted history in a tangible way. Yet, for all its charm and conviviality, the mansion remains a place where the boundary between the living and the dead feels perilously thin. For those brave enough to visit, the Pittock Mansion offers a sobering glimpse into humanity's capacity for beauty and the inevitability of loss. Its halls resonate with the laughter of parties long past, the quiet rustle of silk skirts brushing against marble floors, and the soft murmur of conversations interrupted by time. Whether viewed as a sacred memorial or a haunted masterpiece, the Pittock Mansion continues to resonate with the echoes of its past, ensuring that the voices of its residents will never be silenced. The Benson Hotel, luxury underpinned by lore. Nestled in the heart of downtown Portland, the Benson Hotel stands as a bastion of elegance and sophistication. Opened in 1912, this historic landmark has welcomed dignitaries, celebrities, and travelers seeking refuge in its opulent embrace. With its Italian marble floors, crystal chandeliers, and timeless charm, the Benson exudes an air of refinement that belies the darker tales lurking within its walls. Behind its polished facade lies a tapestry of ghostly legends, unexplained phenomena, and spectral encounters that have cemented its reputation as one of Oregon's most haunted hotels. The origins of the Benson Hotel's haunted reputation can be traced back to its founder, Simon Benson, a lumber baron and philanthropist whose influence shaped much of Portland's early infrastructure. While Benson's contributions to the city are celebrated, his personal life was marked by eccentricities and enigmatic behavior. Rumors swirled about his alleged involvement in secret societies and metaphysical pursuits, adding an aura of mystique to the hotel he envisioned as a crown jewel of hospitality. Though Benson himself passed away in 1942, some believe his spirit remains tied to the property, overseeing its operations from beyond the grave. Guests and staff alike have reported a myriad of unexplained occurrences within the hotel's hallowed halls. Among the most persistent legends is that of the Lady in White, a spectral figure often seen wandering the upper floors and staircases. Clad in flowing Victorian-era attire, she is believed to be the ghost of a former guest who tragically ended her life at the hotel. Some claim to have witnessed her gliding silently down corridors, her face obscured by a veil of sorrow. Others describe encountering her reflection in mirrors, only to turn and find no one there. Her presence is said to evoke feelings of melancholy, as though her unresolved grief permeates the very fabric of the building. Other reports paint a more playful yet equally unsettling portrait of the hotel's supernatural inhabitants. Housekeeping staff have recounted instances of objects moving inexplicably, fresh linens folded neatly one moment, only to be scattered across the room the next. Guests staying in certain rooms report hearing faint piano music emanating from empty ballrooms late at night, despite the absence of any performers. In one particularly bizarre incident, a maintenance worker claimed to have seen a child's toy car roll across the floor of an unoccupied suite, stopping abruptly at the foot of the bed as though guided by invisible hands. Such antics suggest the presence of mischievous entities, perhaps former residents or employees unwilling to relinquish their connection to the hotel. Paranormal investigators have long been drawn to the Benson Hotel, eager to document its spectral activity using cutting-edge technology. Teams equipped with EMF detectors and thermal cameras have captured intriguing anomalies that defy conventional explanation. EVP recordings taken in various rooms reveal faint voices whispering phrases like, "Leave me alone," or "Please stay," while infrared footage shows shadowy figures standing motionless in doorways before vanishing entirely. One investigator reported capturing a photograph of a translucent figure leaning against the balcony railing outside room 302, its features blurred yet unmistakably human. Skeptics may dismiss such findings as glitches or tricks of light, but for those who've experienced the hotel's supernatural side firsthand, there's little doubt that something, or someone, is watching. What makes the Benson Hotel uniquely captivating is its ability to balance luxury with the uncanny. Unlike other haunted locations associated with tragedy or violence, The Benson invites visitors to indulge in the finer things in life, while simultaneously confronting the unknown. For those who dare to book a stay, the experience is akin to sleeping in a museum of the macabre, one where the line between comfort and unease blurs tantalizingly. Whether sipping cocktails in the ornate lobby or retiring to your room for the night, you may find yourself wondering whether the creak of floorboards or the rustle of curtains is merely the result of old architecture, or the work of unseen hands. For skeptics and believers alike, the Benson Hotel offers a fascinating glimpse into the intersection of history, hospitality, and the supernatural. Its haunted reputation serves as a reminder that even the most luxurious settings can harbor secrets too profound to ignore. As you step into its grand entrance, remember, the elegance you admire may mask a legacy of lingering spirits. And should you hear the faint strains of a melody or catch a glimpse of a figure reflected in glass, tread carefully. At the Benson Hotel, luxury comes with a side of lore, and sometimes, a touch of the otherworldly. The lighthouse at Tillamook Rock, guardians of desolation perched precariously atop a jagged rock formation off the coast of Oregon, the Tillamook Rock Lighthouse, affectionately dubbed Terrible Tilly, stands as a sentinel of solitude and survival. Commissioned in 1881, this remote beacon was designed to guide mariners safely through the treacherous waters of the Pacific Ocean. Yet, its isolated location and tumultuous history have imbued it with a haunting aura, earning it a reputation as one of the most forbidding and supernatural sites in the state. For those brave enough to approach its weather-beaten walls, the lighthouse whispers tales of isolation, madness, and the restless spirits that refuse to abandon their post. The construction of Tillamook Rock Lighthouse was nothing short of Herculean. Workers faced relentless storms, crashing waves, and sheer cliffs that made every supply delivery a gamble with death. Despite these challenges, the lighthouse was completed after nearly 2 years of grueling labor. However, its inauguration was marred by tragedy when the ship Lewis, carrying supplies and workers, sank just offshore, claiming the lives of all aboard. Locals whispered that the sea had claimed its first toll, and they were right. This calamity set the tone for the decades of hardship that followed. Life for the lighthouse keepers stationed at Tillamook Rock was a test of endurance. Cut off from civilization, they endured bone-chilling cold, deafening winds, and the constant threat of storms that battered the structure mercilessly. Supplies arrived sporadically, and communication with the mainland was unreliable at best. Isolation bred despair, and many keepers succumbed to what some described as lighthouse fever, a condition characterized by paranoia, hallucinations, and violent outbursts. Tales of arguments breaking out among crew members, followed by sudden disappearances, fueled rumors of foul play and madness. One particularly chilling account describes a keeper who reportedly went insane, insisting he could hear voices calling to him from the depths of the ocean. His body was never found, leaving behind only speculation about his fate. The lighthouse ceased operations in 1957, but its abandonment did little to silence its haunting legacy. In the years that followed, Tillamook Rock became a repository for the ashes of the deceased, earning it the nickname Eternity at Sea. Families paid to have their loved ones' cremated remains interred within the lighthouse's walls, creating a macabre fusion of duty and death. However, the practice was short-lived due to structural concerns and public outcry. Many believe that the spirits of those interred there still linger, their energies entwined with the lighthouse's granite foundation. Visitors attempting to land on the rock often report feeling overwhelming sadness or hearing faint cries carried on the wind, as though the departed seek acknowledgement or release. Modern-day adventurers and paranormal investigators have braved the perilous journey to Tillamook Rock in search of answers. What they've found defies easy explanation. Thermal cameras reveal inexplicable cold spots near the base of the structure, while audio recordings capture eerie moans and whispers that seem to emanate from the stone itself. One team claimed to have photographed a translucent figure standing at the top of the lighthouse, its silhouette illuminated by the faint glow of the setting sun. Others described seeing shadowy forms pacing along the perimeter of the rock, vanishing when approached. These phenomena lend credence to the belief that the lighthouse is a nexus of residual hauntings, where the pain and isolation of its former inhabitants replay endlessly like a broken record. What makes Tillamook Rock uniquely terrifying is its sheer remoteness. Accessible only by boat or helicopter, the journey itself is fraught with danger, with unpredictable tides and razor-sharp rocks posing constant threats. Those who manage to reach the lighthouse often describe feeling an immediate sense of foreboding, as though the sea itself resists their presence. The air grows colder, the waves crash louder, and the sense of being watched intensifies with each passing moment. Shadows seem to stretch unnaturally, and the groaning of the wind takes on an almost sentient quality, as if warning intruders to leave. Yet, amid the terror lies a poignant reminder of resilience and sacrifice. The lighthouse may be haunted, but it also symbolizes the courage of those who dared to stand against nature's fury. Every crack in its walls, every rusted hinge, tells a story of human determination in the face of overwhelming odds. To explore Tillamook Rock is to confront not only the supernatural, but also the enduring scars of history. And as you depart, battling the waves and wind, you may find yourself haunted less by fear and more by reverence, for the lives lost, the sacrifices made, and the spirits who remain steadfast in their eternal vigil. As we draw the curtains on our 10th episode exploring Oregon's most haunted places, let us take a moment to reflect on the journey we've undertaken together. From the shadowy depths of the Shanghai Tunnels to the elegant yet eerie halls of the Pittock Mansion, from the luxurious yet mysterious corridors of the Benson Hotel to the desolate majesty of Tillamook Rock Lighthouse, we have traversed landscapes both physical and metaphysical. Each location has revealed its own unique story, blending history, tragedy, and the supernatural into a tapestry that defies simple explanation. These sites are not mere relics of the past. They are living monuments to the resilience of the human spirit and the mysteries that lie beyond the veil. Oregon's haunted heritage teaches us that the past is never truly gone. It lingers, waiting for those brave enough to listen. Whether viewed as cautionary tales, metaphors for human suffering, or genuine encounters with the otherworldly, these stories remind us that the unseen world is closer than we might think. They challenge us to confront our fears, question our assumptions, and honor the lives that came before us. But our exploration of Oregon's haunted places is far from over. In future episodes, we will delve even deeper into the shadows, uncovering more chilling tales and forgotten legends. We'll step into places where time seems to stand still and the boundary between worlds grows thin. Until then, stay curious, stay brave, and remember, the darkest corners of history often hold the brightest truths. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the haunted heart of Oregon. Keep your lanterns lit. We'll see you soon.